Hello, good morning. I haven't said that in a while. Good morning. It's the morning. Is it? It is still the morning. um, Welcome. This is Belisa Chess. Welcome. I'm gonna start this off by saying this video has nothing to do with chess. It actually has nothing to do with chess at all. Or it could have everything to do with chess, depending how you look at it. Because everything is related to everything. But it basically has nothing to do with chess. So if you're solely focused on chess, don't watch it. What does that have to do with? The title. Letting go of external validation and living your best life. Okay, let me tell you what this started off, what inspired me to do this. Basically, it's kind of funny. In my last video yesterday, I was here, I'm gonna try to sit back and have good posture while still having good mic volume. Yeah, yesterday, I was singing a lot in my video, and I guess I was just having fun. Like, you guys who have been with me for a while know that in some videos I talk a lot. Sometimes I sing a lot. And it depends on my mood. Some days I don't do either. I'm kind of just like, sometimes I'm really tired. So it really depends on what I'm doing or how I'm feeling, but I'm kind of just like doing what I feel like, because that's basically the best I can do, right? I'm not going to put on any airs for you. This is not a channel where I'm going to be like, hey YouTube, what's up? How are we doing? I could be like that, but it's kind of not what I want to do. So what you got is just me every day. And if that's not enough for you, that's fine with me. So basically, this morning I woke up and like some people were like, your saying sucks, like stop saying. And honestly that's fine. It didn't actually bother me that much. Like, it didn't really bother me. Like, I saw it and I was like, okay. Because I know in real life, I sing to my friends sometimes. And they're like, shut up. Shout out to Jessie. I love you. Yeah, my college roommate, she was like, just constantly telling me to shut up. But we have a lot of fun. We go to karaoke together. So it's great. The point is, like, the comment itself is fine. It doesn't really bother me. And your feedback, I always welcome it. You can always give me feedback on what you like, don't like. It's fine. Like, that's totally fine with me. At the same time, I gotta do what feels good to me, right? Because I gotta be having fun. I gotta be enjoying what I'm doing here, for this to make any sense. Because I don't do this for external validation. I just say that. I was thinking to myself the other day, because I was saying like, okay, this channel's growing, but I had to like center myself. I was like, I'm not gonna let this get to my head, and I'm not going to be hamster wheeling on the circle of external validation. Because I noticed myself like waking up and like checking my comments, like looking at how many like views I got, like looking at like, how it's doing. And like, while that's like normal, I guess, for a content creator to want to check up on what they're doing or like how their videos are doing and wanting for, the stuff that you make to do well, that's normal. At the same time, I caught myself doing it, and I was like, or being a little too attached to the process of, looking like, okay, like, did I get new subs today? Like, how many, like, I was like, is this video doing well compared to last videos? And I was like, no. I don't want to make it about that. I don't want to be about that. And it cannot be about that for me. Because this is actually the fourth channel I've had ever. I've had 3 channels in the past, related to different stuff that I was very, very interested in at the time. And I'm still interested in. First one was on environmentalism. I started that like way back when. My first video was called What is Environmentalism? And basically I shared it on my now defunct Facebook page back when we had Facebook. And basically my friends watched it and like supported me, whatever, they subscribed. But I mean, honestly, if I had continued that channel, it would be like, I would be like one of the first environmental channels ever. Like, it would have been huge, but I didn't continue. My second channel was it on film and acting, or was it on teaching Chinese? I don't remember which one came first exactly. I think it was on acting. I was on acting and sharing like some of the short films I made, and I still have it actually. I'm not gonna tell you, but I was very passionate about sharing like acting and like, like the love of the craft, my experiences with auditions and blah blah blah. So that was a huge interest. My third channel was on teaching Chinese, because you guys know like how I like just sprinkle Chinese sometimes and like say like stuff in Chinese. That's also very important to me, my culture, my roots, and sharing, because Chinese is such a rich culture. It's a rich culture and language and huge amount of philosophy and wisdom and like very just like everyday sayings and idioms and fables and their thought and culture. So I was so excited to share a lot of these like idioms and sayings with people, like sharing Chinese thought. But that very quickly became a chore because I realized that making the videos was actually not very fun at all. It was like a lot of editing and like work that I didn't enjoy. So basically I had 3 channels. None of them really worked out because I think when I was doing them, I wanted to be a YouTuber. Like I did it because in my mind I was like, okay, this like I want to grow my channel, like I want to like do YouTube. And these are the things I happen to be interested in. Even though I didn't really like, I didn't actually really like being a YouTuber. But I kind of like the idea of it, which is why it just never worked out. Because very quickly, like my boredom or like the frustration or the work, the effort of it, like was greater than my joy in doing it. This is the first channel that actually is picking up and doing well. So I was very surprised. Like some of you guys, when you heard me say like my goal was at 50 subs, you know why I set that goal? Because literally none of my channels worked. Because literally the only people who subscribed to me were my friends or like people I like share the video to on a very particular platform or whatever. Like I literally thought like nobody would care, like nobody would want to watch. Like I did not have very much faith in like the success of it. But I'm also not someone who really cares too much about success. But yeah, this is the first channel that's doing well. And the reason for that is because I started it without ever having the intention of being a YouTuber, nor did I care. Like, I didn't do it because I wanted fame. I didn't do it because I wanted money. I did it because I'm a girl who loves chess and wanted to have her chess serve something more than myself. Like, I wanted to find a purpose in what I'm doing. I wanted to share joy with people. That's why I wanted to do it since day one. And even today, like, and I have to say this, like, I was thinking to myself, like, starting to feed off of this cycle of validation. And I was like, I have to tell myself, this is not what I'm in it for. And I can't be affected too much. Like, if tomorrow, the next day, all of you guys leave me, I don't know, a huge scandal could blow up. Oh, Lisa Chavez did this. Ooh, everybody drop her. She's toxic. I don't know. Okay. If the next day all my subs ditch me or whatever, I would be a little sad, but I will still be the same fulfilled and happy person that I am right now. If I am in a relationship and we break up, I will still be the same happy and fulfilled person that I am right now. And that is a state of mind that I want to be in, that we could be in to be happier, to be freer, because every day so many people want to tell you this, like do this, do that, you can't do this, can't do that. And okay, so again, I'm not actually bothered by your like, just give me feedback, it's fine, like it's fine. But at the same time, I gotta say, like, I'm doing this for me and I'm doing this for my community, but I'm not gonna also bend backwards trying to please people, because first, you can't please everybody and you shouldn't try to. It shouldn't be about that. And it's funny because I remember like just glancing at a video that another guy is doing like this road to 2000. He did it way before me. It's called Patrick. Like happened to like one of his videos, and one of the comments was like, enough of this like relaxing and a massage, like laying down for a massage kind of music already. Because Patrick is a really nice guy. If you see his video, he's always like, ladies and gentlemen, this is day 200. Yeah. And he's so chill. He's so cool. He has a great voice. He should sing. I listen to him sing. And he plays this like relaxing sauna music in the background. And I can get that. It could put some people to sleep. But I can just imagine if Patrick read that comment, he'd be like, man, back up. Just like, let me enjoy my sauna music. Let me enjoy my get a massage music. Maybe this is what I live for. like, come on. Like, it's like, internet is a huge place. If somebody's doing something you don't like, or like, some people are telling me your videos are too long, you should try to keep it this. All right, bro, like, if it's too long, no one's forcing you to watch. Skip it. Watch like 10 minutes of it. If it's too much, leave. I don't know. If I'm too much for you, I can be too much sometimes. I'm aware of it. I can be too much in real life. I can be too much like here. Like, if some days I'm too excited and talk too much, like, mute me. Like, if I sing and you don't like it, skip ahead, mute me. or don't watch it. It's fine. I mean, I guess like yesterday was a bit excessive, so like I can be aware, like yeah, like and I understand like some people may be like hypersensitive to like sensory stimulation, and sometimes it's like too much. I'm gonna get it. It's like I can understand where you're coming from, but like so it's fine. So it's chill. Like nobody let's not like be mad at anybody. Like I understand where everyone's coming from, but I'm gonna read you a quote that I really love. But same like in any human relationship. I think the goal is to let's not try to change each other, right? This is my favorite book of all time. All time, guys. Oh, I wish I found this page before I started because because I ain't about to edit this video. But this is on human relationships. I should be able to find this pretty quick. Okay, enlightened relationships. This book is everything. It's everything. I've bought this book for so many of my friends, and a lot of them just didn't read it. Like, but what I think is like this book will find you in a point of your life when you need it or when it's just right, the right moment. This book was literally like, it was so weird. It was laying on my family's bookshelf for like years and years, apparently. Like I asked my mom after, I was like, how long did we have this book for? And she's like, for years. But like at a crucial moment in my life, I was actually going through that really tough breakup that I was telling you guys about in the other video, which got me into chess. But the other good thing that come out of that terrible, terrible dynamic was that I got this book. Like I started reading this book and it just changed my life. It changed my life. The greatest catalyst for change in a relationship is complete acceptance of your partner as he or she is, without needing to judge or change them in any way. That immediately takes you beyond ego. All mind games and all addictive clinging are then over. There are no victims and no perpetrators anymore, no accuser and accused. This is also the end of all codependency, of being drawn into somebody else's unconscious pattern and thereby enabling it to continue. You will then either separate and love or move ever more deeply into the now together, into being. Can it be that simple? Yes, it is that simple. Love is a state of being. Your love is not outside. It is deep within you. You can never lose it, and it cannot leave you. It is not dependent on some other body, some external form. And the stillness of your presence, you can feel your own formless and timeless reality as the unmanifested life that animates your physical form. You can then feel the same life deep within every other human and every other creature. You look beyond the veil of form and separation. This is the realization of oneness. This is love. What is God? The eternal one life underneath all the forms of life. What is love? To feel the presence of that one life deep within yourself and within all creatures. To be it. Therefore, all love is the love of God. My favorite book of all time. That's page 128 to 129. Also amazing passage. I try to remind myself that because I see myself doing that. You always want other people to conform to your vision of what you want in your life. Sometimes we want our partner in any sense, right? It could be a romantic partner. It could be your child, your spouse, your parent, a coworker, your boss. You want them to match up to what you want them to be. However, people are not automatons in our own fantasy. Automaton? Is that a word? They are not simulations in our fantasy. They are their own independent being. And sometimes the most we can do for ourselves and each other is to accept them as they are and to accept reality as it is. And once you accept it, you stop resisting. And without resistance, there's no more negativity. There's more need to fight something. You surrender. You surrender. Now I feel so done out. I don't feel like talking about this anymore. After reading this book, I feel so done out. I no longer feel like I no longer feel the need even to talk about this. Yeah, honestly, you guys should just go read the book because it contains so much more wisdom than I could ever spout. But since I am talking about this, I guess in general, when we're faced with challenges or negativity or any kind of undesired situation in life, we have the attitude, we have the agency to pick our own reaction. I don't think we're ever in a state where we lose that power of ourselves to pick the road we want to go on. Nothing is actually forced. You have the freedom and agency within yourself to pick what reaction you want to give to the world. Someone gives you something, you don't like it. Let's think of our options. One, just like in chess. Oh, it actually does have to do with chess. Look at that. I tied it all in together. First reaction, we can try to react, right? Our opponent gives us a check or no. Our opponent threatens to take our queen, let's say. Should I just react to their threat? Or should I threaten checkmate myself? So first I think, do I need to react to it? And most of the time, actually all the time, the answer is no. I don't need to react to anything. A lot of things in our lives are directed at us, trying to get our attention, trying to get something out of us, trying to basically, involve us in their drama, their problems or something. And we can always try to be like, okay, I don't actually need to give you the desired reaction. If you pick a fight with me, try to bully me or intimidate me, am I going to give you the satisfaction of having control over me and like allowing you to see my anger and whatever on my face? I can just like observe it. I'll just take a look. I'll just observe it. And I don't even need to judge you. I'll just like, okay, I see. All right, I'm out of here. All right, I'm out of here. Just leave. You have the power to decide what you are going to do with yourself. And if you are not in a position to leave physically, you can mentally leave. You can be aware and observe. But I like to think about it this way. Like when I was a child, I was obsessed with playing The Sims. The Sims is a simulation game where it's like a dollhouse. You basically control these Sims simulations that you create on a screen and tell them like, okay, go eat food, go to work, blah, blah. I love The Sims. So I almost think about it this way. I think of myself as a Sim in my own game, and I am the player. I am the player controlling my own actions. As a Sim, your Sim can decide to pick a fight with somebody, or can they just decide to chill out, right? They can just not react to that and do their own thing. So I can basically take a third perspective on myself in the situation and just notice what's going on, but without needing to react. I can remove myself from the situation mentally. And that's a very, very powerful tool, very, very powerful tool that we have to just take a step back or see things from a higher perspective. Because most things in life we do not actually need to respond to. It's just not that big of a deal, frankly. And if you allow little things to take too much of your attention and focus, you're going to be bogged down and dragged down into infinite little loops of negativity. That do you need to be in that? Are you going to let something as small as a person cutting you off in line, or the weather, or a snide coworker or someone, basically just irrelevant things or people, to make you feel bad for the whole day or to, throw you off track? Know what you're here for. Know who you are. Know your value and yourself, and show up for yourself. Be your own best friend. Someone puts you down, be like, I got your back, man. You're the best. I love you. I love you, man. I love you. I love you, dude. Your boss didn't like what you said. I tried my best. I did my work. I love what I did. I showed up for myself. I got this, man. I got this, and I'm going to show up tomorrow. I'm going to be even better. You're in a situation you don't like, and it's such a chore to do. You have to get through it, but you kind of have to do it. Yeah, you got this, man. You got this. You got to hype yourself up. You got to be your own best friend. Love yourself. Have your own back, because you can't expect anybody else to do that for you. So first, don't react. Don't always have to react to everything. It's just not necessary. Pick the things, pick your battles, and there are some things you could react to, but it's always more effective when you're not even that emotionally reactive. Like recently I was emotionally reactive to someone who I actually care about. And because I cared about them, that's why I emotionally reacted. Like it's actually much, much harder to remove yourself when you really care about something or someone. That's when I'm the easiest for me to sink into unconscious state is when I'm actually in a situation that I care about someone. Right? Then it's very easy to trigger me because then I care too much. But then that doesn't actually come across. Your message or whatever you want doesn't come across because it's not delivered with love. And I actually told my boss this recently. I was like, because we're friends now. Like after like basically him trying to like kind of bully me a little bit and me pushing back just like firmly, he actually started to respect me. And now like we're kind of friends and we're friends and we have banter. So basically I was like, check her tone. I was like, man, like whatever you said, it could be the truest thing in the world because he always thinks he's like saying the truth. I'm like, it could be the truest, wisest thing in the world, but your attitude, your tone will make people not want to listen to you. Like, even, and I'm like, you're in politics. You should know this because he really likes politics. I mean, you should know that these politicians can spout lies and say anything they want under the sun, but because they have a great like demeanor, people actually eat it up. So I'm like, you should know this. Like, your tone and attitude will be more than actually maybe even the content of what you're saying. So yeah, I mean, although I don't support saying lies, obviously. But yeah, I was telling him that. And the same in like reacting to something. Like you reacting to somebody and being really passionate and mad about a cause or about a person or something and telling them, yeah, that negative energy will actually make them resist you. It will actually create a lot of resistance and negativity in your relationship that doesn't need to be there. You could say the same message when you're clearer and in a better state to be kind and in an attitude where like we're in it together. Like I'm not here to attack you, I'm not here to like blame you or like try to fight you. I'm here because I care about you and I want us to work on it together. And in that state of mind, I think things is just more effective. It's much more effective to do things that way. So I have to tell myself that because I still react to things and I'm working on it. So first is, do I need to react? And I say most of the time, actually all the time, the answer is no. I don't need to react to anything, right? The second thing we can choose to do with faced with challenges is exactly that, to do nothing, to observe, and presence. Presence. What is presence? Presence is a state of stillness and clarity grounded in yourself, in non-reactivity, where you can observe everything that's going on, like you're in a simulation, like almost like you're God in your own simulation, and just looking at life from that perspective and not needing to do anything, to be very still and observe and accept reality as it is without resisting, without fighting, without a need to control, to change, to do anything, just to let it be. I can tell you a story of what happened recently. Is that when I was abroad in China recently, and my neighbor claimed that I scratched her car, and I didn't tell them. She left a very, very angry note on my windshield, and my landlady emailed me a picture of it, and I was like, oh man. And I came back, and I called her, and then she like went off on me, like she like basically kept on I kept on trying to say like, ma'am, I just didn't do it. Like, what do you want me to say? I was like out of the country, like I was across the globe, like I didn't do it, like it was physically impossible. But that only made her more angry. Like trying to like explain or justify just made her angry, and she just like went off and she's like, you're not listening, blah, blah, blah. And then the minute I like stopped trying to fight her, because I could be trying to push my narrative, because I believe in what I'm saying is true, right? And my truth, I didn't do it, and her truth, I did it. So am I gonna fight her truth with my truth and try to get someone who doesn't want to see your truth to see it? It's like you're just fighting at that point, right? You're fighting. So instead, I noticed I was reacting to her, and I decided to just, okay, let me just like hear this out. I will hear your perspective, and I will give you my presence. I will breathe with you and just see what happens. And actually after I did that, I was able to then say in a gentle but also firm tone, I was like, I listened to what you said. I'm very, very sorry this happened to you. And I wish I could help you out. If I had the means to, I would actually want to help you out. The thing is, it was funny. I was like, you drive a luxury vehicle and I drive the lowest end model of this that I could afford. So I'm not in a state to help you out. Um, but I also have to say that I didn't do it. So I that's all I have to say. And so like she didn't actually follow up because she was like trying to threaten me with pressing charges and everything. They threatened me. The lawsuit just like went on and on and on. I was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, you should do whatever you feel comfortable with. Like, I will cooperate with you. It's fine. I'll take it. And actually, with this attitude or with this sense that I was listening to her and cooperating with her, she actually didn't follow up. And I ran into her today. I think it was her, just from her voice. I actually ran into her like coming back from my hike, and I was like, hi, good morning. And then she actually smiled and kind of looked down and was like, hey, good morning. And I felt like she was maybe a bit embarrassed, but I felt like this might have been her. Like now we're friendly neighbors again. And she didn't like continue with any of her threats. It just like dropped. Cause then when you don't feed into her negativity, when you don't feed into their drama, it just extinguishes on its own. And I was very happy. And that's how you apply presence to someone. If your boss is like, actually, I would have a lot of trouble with this. Like if your boss constantly trying to control you or like treats you like really meanly, it does suck. Try to focus your attention, or if you're being bullied at school, focus your attention and just observe and give them your presence. And if you're in a better state to do it, maybe even compassion. Give them your compassion. Because at the end of the day, all toxic behavior, negativity comes from somewhere. It comes from trauma. All of the mean people in our lives who are very, very mean to other people, that meanness and negativity comes from trauma. Because they were raised or they grew up in an environment without enough love to show them what love is. And that's how they know to operate in the world. And that's actually very sad. So we could either like call them a total prick and react to that negatively and like want to like hurt them, or we can be aware. We can even invent a backstory for them that's like pretty tragic. It's like, okay, maybe you lost your mother. I don't know, like maybe you don't need to do this, but if we're able to meet them with first just presence and just like, okay, I'll take it and I won't react. And if you can, even compassion, then I think it will help. It will help you. Whether or not that actually helps the other person, changes their behavior and makes them stop, I don't know, but at least it helps you in that situation because you feel some agency over your own state. Because I know some of you are not in a position, like if you're doing a job that you hate but you just need to do it to support yourself, maybe you're not in a, you don't have the position to be like, I'm just gonna leave, like I'm out of here, guys, I'm out of here. Or you're in an abusive relationship but this guy, I don't know, financially supports you and you actually just can't leave. That's actually the sad reality for many, many women in this world. So it's like sometimes we'll always be like, just leave her, girl, just leave him. But sometimes the truth is it's not that simple. But at least we can have the sense of control and agency in our mind to pick a happier reality for us and choosing what emotional reaction we want to give to this situation. And we choose to accept it, not resist reality. Reality will become better for us. And you have to believe it. And I was telling one of my viewers recently, this too will pass. Whatever hard situation you're in right now, it will pass. If you're in a very happy situation, it will pass as well. So that's what I meant about losing my subs and everything and like having so-called success. Because all success is ephemeral. All the highs and lows in life, at the end we're all gonna die. Shakespeare. We're all gonna become dust in the end. So it's fine. Like all the highs and downs we experience are part of life, and the highs will pass, the lows will pass too. And we actually have to meet it all with equanimity, just a sense that high or low, I'm actually constant. There's a constant sense of deeper joy, inherent value in myself, deeper love that I just read about, that deep love and oneness with the world that we experience, whether we're alive or dead, whether we're high or low, we have a deeper sense of being that nobody can take away because that is eternal. That is eternal. And I was gonna share this later, but I'm not sure. Should I share it now? Yeah, maybe I'll share it later. Okay, so the third, because I was talking about the three different ways. First, to react, which we don't need to do. Second is to observe and give presence to the situation, to the person. Give them presence. Is the most powerful gift you can give somebody and to yourself is the quality of your presence, right? When you're with someone, talking to them, a lot of people are on their phones all the time. Like if you're with somebody, give them your presence. It will change the quality of all of your interactions. Look them in the eye, maybe even smile, or just give them your attention. Give them your presence. It is the best gift you can give anybody. Three is to leave the situation. Is to have the power to step away, or to have boundaries, or to say this is not working out. Basically to say no. Say no and tell them firmly. You can be kind but firm and say no or leave. That is also very powerful, because I could be like, oh, just observe. But if that person's actually being abusive or treating you in such a way that is not right and doesn't work with you, then you have the power to say, no, this is not for me. No, this is not for me. In any single relationship in your life, even with yourself, that voice in your mind that's negative, toxic, putting yourself down, telling yourself you're not enough, you suck, you could do better, you're this. Like sometimes I'm playing chess. Ooh, I talked about chess again. Sometimes I'm playing chess, I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. Like, oh, I'm so dumb. And I have to tell myself, okay, no, I can't be saying this. And I shouldn't be saying this in front of my viewers. And I don't want to keep saying it because I don't want to feed that voice in my head. Even if I blunder and do very terribly, I don't want to feed the voice that's like, because we have too much of that. Like, our huge super ego, our huge like minds, like turning in our brains, constantly judging ourselves, telling ourselves we're dumb, we're gonna be embarrassed, this is bad, this is this, I feel like a failure, I feel worthless, blah blah. And you gotta be your own best friend. Again, I want you to love yourself harder than you loved anybody, harder than you've ever felt love. You gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody. Because how you love other people is a reflection of how also you love yourself. Like, try to give ourselves a bit of love. If you haven't experienced full love and acceptance of yourself, try to be a little kinder to yourself. When you look in the mirror, it doesn't matter I am effing, sexy, look at me, let's go. Right? When you look at yourself like, yes, honey. When you like do something good, yes, good job. Like, I don't need praise from anybody. I don't need anything. First, I'm gonna clap myself and be like, give myself a pat on the back. Be like, yes, honey, I did good. And then we don't even need to be so needy and require validation from other people. Like, I did great. Like, and you want like your a significant other, or you want like your parent to praise you, and then sometimes they're like, because I know what this is, like sometimes they actually put you down and be like, that's nothing to be proud of, that's not even anything, and like you crave so hard for them to give you that love that you want. But no, be that person for yourself. Be your best cheerleader. Be like, yes, I actually have stickers. I'm gonna show you these stickers now. Yo, I have these stickers that I bought from China that are literally like, great job, you're the best. And I know these are like kids stickers because I also teach kids sometimes. So like I also got them for my kids. But like I also stick them onto my own calendar and my own agenda book when I do good. Like when I meet a goal, when I do something good for myself, I literally stick on like, great job. And you could do stuff like this for yourself, because I want to show up for myself and love myself harder than anyone's loved me. Like that's a mood right there. I want to love myself harder than anybody's loved me. And when you actually do that, then other people actually love you more. That's the truth. So when other people see yourself like loving yourself, it's like, you know, they know you won't take any shit from them. You're just not going to take it, because am I, my biggest cheerleader, going to stand up for that? Going to stand for somebody treating me like us? No. I'm going to be like, hell no. I got your back. They aren't treating you like that. They're not going to do that to you. You got to stand up for yourself. And yeah, in any situation, someone's trying to make you do something or be something that is not right for you, or treating a certain way, I want you to do today, like, do something for yourself. Do something for yourself. if you got anything from this video, try and do something for yourself, right? It could be something that if you're really embarrassed by, go out and do it. Who cares? Who cares what the result is, right? Go out and do it and try something new. Push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, or try to have some more agency over yourself and the people in our lives. There's a quote that's kind of attributed to Freud that I saw. I'm not sure if he actually said this because the internet is full of false quotes, but the quote was like, do you have depression or are you just surrounded by assholes? And when I read it, I was like, oh, that's funny. I mean, depression is a real thing, but also a lot of depression is caused by being surrounded by assholes, frankly. I know this. I'm in a negative mind state when I'm surrounded by people who are treating me badly. So the first thing you can do is cut them off. Like, if you're not essential people or people, like, you have the power to leave or draw the line. Be like, you can't treat me like this. You can't. Your guy's telling you, okay, I want you to wear certain clothes, or I want you to put on makeup, I want you to like lose weight or do this that you may not be comfortable with. You'd be like, the door is there ain't any doors here, see ya, never. Say never. You can leave. You can leave. If your girl's constantly like, you know, being like, oh, you should make more money, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, like, okay, go find a rich guy, go. If your parents constantly like, you know, harping on you about, at a certain point you can be like, I'm sorry, I don't make as much money as our neighbor's child, I'm sorry, I'm not living out your fantasy of what you wanted from me, living out the dreams that you had for yourself, but I will not sell my soul, I will not do corporate law for 20 years, selling my soul, hating my life for 20 years to please you, to be who you wanted me to be. If your child is throwing a tantrum, I love you, honey. You cannot throw these tantrums to get what you want. You have to draw the line. Your boss, I will do this project that you say, sir, but I really respect you not using that. You do not calling me these names. Or your coworkers, like, I don't appreciate that. Your friends always flaking out on you or treating as the last option, putting you down as a joke. Hey man, that wasn't funny. Like, maybe you didn't mean it that way and you meant it as a joke, but it hurt my feelings and I appreciate it if you don't put me down. Like, I don't need that. I don't need it. If people keep doing it, they're not your friend. People who keep putting down, find a community, find people who love you. And if you can't find that person right now, you are your own best friend. Alone with nobody, I love myself and I'm fine. Right? You'd rather be alone than with people who don't serve you and don't have your best interests in heart. You're just happier by yourself. So you have the agency to leave and to say no. And once you do that for yourself, when you start showing up for yourself, everything will get better in your life. My yoga teachers say, have a firm back, have a straight back, have a strong back, and a gentle front. Meaning we can treat people with kindness and be gentle, but behind that is a steel hard back. Meaning you don't push me over, you don't break me, you don't try to you don't try to step on me. I have a straight back, and I'm standing up for myself. But to you, I'm still gonna be soft and be gentle. If I can, unless you really push me the wrong way, and then I'm just gonna leave. I'll be like, okay, I'm not even gonna do anything. I'll just be like, bye. Oh, you saw me there? Bye. At least that's how I deal with most things. So we have three reactions, and I was gonna wrap this up by saying like how it may seem confusing, like how do we balance between saying no to things that we don't like and drawing the line or leaving situations or people we don't like versus accepting people as they are and being present and practicing being present and aware for them. The thing is, I think we can do both, and how we do both is by using compassion. We're trying to understand. So on a very, very personal note, yeah, like I had this conversation with my father. Was it a couple years ago? I don't remember. Well, like we finally had this very intense conversation where I'm like bearing my bearing my heart and soul, like basically like I was like, okay, finally telling him some things that I was like, you know, not okay with. And he told me, he said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry I wasn't the father who you wanted me to be. After a lot of like other stuff, I finally said, I'm sorry I'm not the father you wanted me to be, but I have my limitations. I'm limited. I am limited as a human being. And I tried my best. I did the best that I could. And to hear your father say that kind of broke me. But I understood. I started to understand where he's coming from, because I carried so much resentment and pain and anger, so much anger and resentment, because I wanted them to be somebody who they couldn't be because they had their limitations, because how they were raised, because of the trauma that they faced. Sometimes people are not able to be who you so desperately wish that they could have been. But when you start to shine compassion and understanding on their situation, you realize that every human being is very limited and infinite at the same time. They're limited in their own state of unawareness right now. And you could join them in that unawareness dynamic, creating a very bad dynamic between you. Or you can choose to have compassion and understand that they're trying their best. They're trying their best. And maybe it's not coming across the way that you would like, but they try their best for you. And let me just say that I love my father, and it's not like, let's just say that, because he might watch this one day, I don't know. But let's just say he's shown up for me more than anybody else has in this world. When I broke my leg and I was in the hospital, he flew across the country the next day to show up for me at my bedside to hold my hand. That's more than I could have asked from anybody. So, and the crucial moments that people who care about you will show up. They will still care about you. And if they can't, then I want you to show up for yourself. So, it's okay that I'm crying, because crying is not a weakness. Let's just say that. And someone commented on a video about my last opponent, who was a boy, crying and saying that he could have been a better sport. I'm like, no, I have huge respect for that boy. And it's very natural to cry. And crying is not a weakness. Crying, showing your emotions and vulnerability. I think sometimes as chess players, we always want to be tough and emotionless, or a lot of chess players are. But no, emotions are natural, and it's fine to feel them. It's fine. Accept them. And you're not weak ever for being soft and having emotions. Never. So, I want to say, everyone's, if we try to understand each other and know where we're coming from, you can you can start to drop a lot of negativity and pain and resentment and understand. And then you can start to be present for the other person and to be grateful and appreciate. Because when we give people appreciation and gratitude, I think it does a lot more than trying to change somebody by telling them to do this or this and this. You can just try it out in your own life. If you're always like having trouble with somebody, next time try to give them some appreciation and see how much that changes over giving them negativity in return. Just see how much that affects your life, period. Or situations. If a situation is really bothering you, like you have to if the commute is really bad and it sucks, you're stuck in a lot of traffic, if you start thinking about it in a positive way, see how that affects your whole day. You can reframe it in your mind. If it's like, man, driving in traffic sucks, it allows you to feel really cranky for the whole day. Instead, start thinking, oh man, what a nice time to just be by myself and kind of collect my thoughts and plan out my day. And maybe listen to a nice podcast. Maybe listen to the audiobook I've been wanting to hear for the longest time. Maybe hear The Power of Now. Maybe meditate and do some deep breathing with myself. Maybe I'll call someone I haven't called in a while. Make that work for you. Make things in life work for you. Another really personal example. Maybe I shouldn't be so personal all the time. I don't know. At least it's kind of therapeutic. It's therapeutic for me, and I think for you too, right? I think for you too. Yeah, there's a guy I was seeing recently, and a lot of his behavior bothered me at points, and I didn't really like it, and I was like, and it was funny because I actually like, because girls do this. I don't know if guys, girls do this, like, and my friends have told me to do this, like write a checklist or write a list of all the things that you want in your partner, or like write attributes. And I was actually writing down, like, I actually had a list from like years back, like pages and pages of things that I wanted. And none of them were like, I want him to drive this car or be like this or be like this. Like none of them were like things like that. But they were like things about how I want him to like treat me, how I want him to treat other people, how I want like his like things in life, like his character, like his like you know, like things like there were like pages full of like these romantic ideals that I had. And but when this guy came, I was like, you know what? This is not what I asked God for. Honestly, I don't know if you'll watch this. This is awkward. I was like, this isn't really what I asked God for, but it's what He gave me. So I'll make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. And there's actually a lot of things I could appreciate about this person as well, and about anybody. You know, like any person who is in your life right now, they may not be what you asked for, but you can be like, I'm gonna make it work. I did not ask for this, but it's what God gave me, and I'm gonna make it work. Whether or not you believe in God, you can think of God as reality. This is what my reality is. This is what my reality gave me, and I'm gonna make it work. So that's kind of straight from the original topic of external validation, and then just in general how to live your best life. I think not that I'm saying I know how and trying to like teach you. Like no, you can ignore any of this. It doesn't matter. But I would like to share what made me feel happier as a person, more at peace with myself and with other people, is by accepting, surrendering, and not resisting. TLDR, read this book. It is better than anything I could say. I think that's it. I feel really zen. I feel really great. I feel I have so much love. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. You are so amazing. You're such a light and joy of presence. Right? Because I said as human beings, we all have limitations. At the same time, we are infinite. And we're infinite because of love, because of the infinite love that's in each one of us. And so today I want to challenge you to either do that one thing that you've been kind of afraid of. I was going to say this, yeah. Do that one thing that you feel you're embarrassed to do because of external validation or lack thereof. You're afraid of getting rejected. Be rejected. Rejection is the best gift you could get, other than someone's presence. Presence is the best gift you could give someone, and rejection is the best gift that you can receive. Why is that? Because rejection, first, will teach you to love yourself, and also will show you that it doesn't matter. You need to be rejected. If you haven't been rejected enough, you need to be rejected more. I always tell myself, like, not always tell myself, but I actually try to fail a lot, because only when you get rejected a lot, first it builds character, it develops your thick skin, but also the things that will always work for you. You have to first get through all of the no's to find out what doesn't work, to find your yes of what works. You have to go through all the no's, and you have to go through them, right? Like, yeah. So a lot of people are afraid of being rejected by their crush. Just ask her out already. Stop staring at her from across the room. Ask her out already. She might be desperately hoping that you'll ask her out. And girls, if you are desperately hoping for him to ask you out, maybe he's shy, go and ask him out already. He might love it. He will love it. He will love it for sure. Even if he turns you down, guys in their egos, they will love it. They'll be like, oh, girl asked me out. Yes. I mean, yeah, the girl too. So like, it doesn't matter, right? Like girl, guy, like whatever, even, I mean, you could be asexual. I mean, you don't have to ask anybody out. Basically, you could be like, try for a business venture, go for that pitch. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, get that rejection. It doesn't matter. Get the rejections, get the no's, so you can move on. You know what doesn't work for you, because Trust me, the thing that will work for you will work for you. And you have to, but you will never know unless you do it. Okay, so that's something you could do, is to get rejected today. Put yourself out of your comfort zone and do something crazy. Do something you've always wanted to do. Go sing in a public place. Go try something you never tried before. Do something you never done before. Go do it. Or start setting up some boundaries, telling people no, telling people I don't this situation's not working for me, and I'm gonna do myself good, and I'm gonna get out of here. Or I want something else for myself. This isn't working out. I leave you with love, but it's not working out. Step up for yourself today. Stand up for yourself today. Do something for yourself. Or show some love and appreciation for somebody. Was that what I wanted to say today? Or start practicing non-reaction. Practicing just observing yourself. Feel that anger start rising up. The head of the beast start rearing its head. Like when somebody honks at you rudely or whatever, feel that anger start to spout in you. Or when you lose a chess game, feel that anger rise in you. And the minute it rises, observe it and be like, oh, is the beast rising? Is it coming up? You're like, oh, okay, let's calm it down. Let's take a breath. Let's take a deep breath. And try not to let that affect me. Just take a deep breath. And I'm going to do a breathing video with you guys. I already told one of my viewers I want to do a breathing video. Obviously completely not chess related, but I feel like a lot of chess players are in their minds too much, myself included. I grew up as a huge overthinker. I actually had white hairs when I was 10 years old. When I was 10 years old, I already had a lot of my hair was white just because of how much I stressed myself out thinking too much. Whoa, yeah. So I understand the overthinking and reactivity. I was also a very angry child. I threw a lot of tantrums, very angry, repressed anger, unrepressed anger. I was I wanted to fight everybody. I was a rebellious teenager and a lot of fight in me, and slowly learning to let it go. I wish you the best. Namaste. Wish you the best. Peace onto you, peace onto me, and peace onto the universe. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Bye.